The course for the trial had been set out over about 3/4 of a mile on a farm at Tipahu, and I doubt very much whether a better situation could be found anywhere in New Zealand. Sonny Jordan spends a few minutes talking to Peter Pace, the Australian #1 driver. We've got quite a contingent of riders over from Aussie for the series here. You know, the club was lucky to get business firms to sponsor some of the sections, as you can see. And here's obviously #1 section. And it's tackled by Peter Pace, and here he is. John Lawrie from Hannabone has a go. You know, section 3 comprised a couple of logs and they dropped down into the creek. Quite a difficult one, really, to do clean. John Gibb from the Hamilton Motorcycle Club. Kearney from Victoria, Australia. Quite a good ride by Alan Kearney and Johnson on a Montessa. Well, we're halfway through, obviously, by the sign, and the next rider is going to be 62, Sonny Jordan. And he's not doing bad, a couple of dabs here, and then he misses out right at the end. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, number 12 was not as bad as some of them, but it was very tricky if you didn't do it right. The first rider, number 4, the first one we see is Colin from Australia. And Stephen Johnson follows him. The Ponga Pass was quite difficult, really. Number 39 had the simplest of spills, but he obviously hit something important because he was laid low for 5 minutes or so. 23 is a Dutchman, or a Dutch New Zealander coming from Manawatu. Number 6 is an Australian, Joe Fitzgerald, or some darn thing rather like that, from Maitland, Australia. Fitzparos, is that what the name is? 39, Paul Ashton is fully recovered and he's tackling the rest of the section. Now this was quite a tricky section and we spent some time on it. The riders had to cover several laps of the course, and so we got some of the riders 2 or 3 times. 69 is Colin from Christchurch. He's followed by Stephen Johnson, number 3 from Australia. Is Mike Fitzgerald from the North Shore Club. And then we've got a slow motion shot of Alan Hannabone, and he doesn't do too good. Number 64 comes from Tim. '61 is John Anderson from Pukekohe. Now we've got number 1, Peter Pace, making it look so simple. And number 4 is Collins Ridge, another Australian. '27 is Neil Harris from Wellington, another of the Harris clan. Section number 13 is really a continuation of number 12, only less than half a chain separating the two. Peter Grinter goes through as if he's on a main road. You know, in years gone by, in my day, this section would be quite unrideable, but the modern bikes and riders just make it look so easy. So let's watch a few. got Michael Vincent on his Bultaco. Michael comes from Hamilton. Number 12, Keith McCabe, follows him. .33 is Alistair Gray from Hamilton, and he's chatting away to Peter Martin. You know, the trouble with the machines these days and the riders is that it's very difficult to get a section which will fail very many. Riding is very, very good. Oh yes, let's have a look at Peter Pace going through section 13. In slow motion, this is the sort of thing the machine has to cope with. Well, here we are at Journey's End. Number 8 is Peter Grinter. Peter Grinter, having lost points, was in good company. He was followed by Peter Pace, who also lost points on this section. .25 is John Vickers, and you have to pick the track just right. If you don't, you're in trouble. .31 is young Graham Harris from the East Club in Wellington. Number 9 is Paul Simmons, quite a good ride. Paul Simmons is followed by 33, Alistair Gray. This is a pretty good climb for a rather elderly, awfully big man. Well, then we have Bob Cook from Nelson. Bob is one of the very early men who helped to get these series going in the older days. Bob Cook from Nelson. Makes a bad job of it. Sorry, Bob, I happen to be here with the camera. Let's watch Greg Power on this hill. Just made it look so easy. And here we are at the final check-in tent. Peter Martin, number 16. The girls that did the work in here did a great job. Mrs. Martin, Mrs. Trevor Rose, and Miss Jordan. They worked all day and they calibrated and still sorted out the points so the prizes could be awarded tonight at a social gathering. And at the social that night, the ladies of the club had turned on a 3-course meal for everybody, and then it developed straight into a social and prize giving, and I just moved around and took a few shots. First place winner today was Chris Harris from Wellington. Peter Pace, the Australian, was second. And these riders, right through down to about 15th, had a free choice of what prizes were left on the table. And it was a great prize list. One by one they come up. And with these shots of rider after rider coming forward to choose their trophies, we'll say cheerio to the first ever champion spark plug Trans-Tasman trial held at Te Pahu, New Zealand in May 1976.